Wonderful morning to everyone. The first day of third week of March. This is 16th of March 2026. The pre-market outlook discussion we are going to make based on the ended week. The market almost turned negative by closing over 2%, and by the way of continuous selling, gap down opening, the behavior shift because of the 24,700. First time it has closed in the year 2026. Below to that point, the consecutive sustaining below 24,700. And because of that confirmation, it has actually gave up all the gains it has garnered during 2025th year, and ended the February as in the plateau negative, and with the ongoing correction phase during this March series, which has given the way for Nifty to make the testing of the previous lows and all with the 23,740 as a interim support zone that also got broken comfortably by the bearish trend. After that, 23,100 was the recent low it has made. While we have been traveling during the November 2025 itself, we have mentioned about the chances for Nifty making a correction if it is not sustaining about 26,000 and 25,000 something levels and all we have discussed. The chances for making 24,700 as a pivotal or a behavior shift zone may be happening like during November 2025 itself. We have mentioned and discussed in many occasions too. As per our behavior analysis and its outcome, we have discussed the market during the February itself got broken 24,700 but could not close comfortably below to that level. After that, during the end of February and the first 2 weeks of this March, the market totally comes under the control of bear and made the low of 23,100 till the ended week we can take it. As long as it is trading below 24,700 and 23,740, these are all the behavior shift zone. The major one was, as discussed many times, 24,700 with an additional one lying around 23,740. Until the Nifty break low, that means trading lower to these levels, there will not be any bullish attempt. There will not be any confirmation based on the reversal even, because it should be decisively breaking these zones, even though the junior or a support, additional support of 23,740 level becoming resistance. It should be respecting by the way of closing above this particular point also to get a confirmation on the travel towards the 24,700 as the important pivotal level. So this is what the behavior one should watch. This is what the level one should actually observe to know where the trend is really cooking. Of course, it is a negative trend for the short to medium term perspective on the Indian markets. Until otherwise, it is getting closing above these levels we have discussed in a decisive manner. Every rise can be treated as an opportunity for building long, that means building short positions or accumulating further. So this is what the review based strategy one can have based on the ended week till. Then for the day, the opening, even though it is signaling like positive points and all, which may not be sustaining, which may not be having strength to hold the positive points it is going to give in the opening session, because the overall strength inclined with the selling side only. As mentioned, the bounces are recovery kind of activities. If it is any you are seeing on the Nifty, Sensex, and other broader indexes like Bank Nifty, Mid Cap Nifty, Financial Services Nifty, and the sectoral indexes like IT and Bank PSU Bank Index, Private Bank Index, in all the way, if you are seeing any recovery kind of movements, probably that would be a fragile bounces one can term, one can treat, rather than believing it as a turnaround based recovery. So it is what the important thing one should know while approaching the market or observing the market. Then for the day, after opening with a mild positivity in terms of points, not in terms of trends, we are stressing the point. The trend may easily become volatile even within the first 1 hour. So one should note this point within first 1 hour. If the Nifty breaks below 24,000, that means 23,100 level as immediate support, means the day for Nifty would be totally turning negative, and 22,800 level may be getting signal to reach out. So between this point, only a volatility that may be holding the supports, immediate supports, whether it is a minor one or a major one. So that is the only chance for Nifty. Anyhow, the overall trend climate for the Nifty would be turning negative if it even a single break it gives below 23,100. That should be closely monitored and act accordingly based on the break if it is provided. In case it is holding 23,100 as a support for the whole day, or at least for the part of the day, that may be a chance for making an attempt to give a bounce on the Nifty towards the level of 23,300 as a first achievable point for the Nifty if it is holding the support of 23,100 and giving a bounces. There you can expect 23,300 as the target. If 23,300 surpassed, means 23,500 only the chance for Nifty to get resisted. Between that, no resisting points. But that and all, not having the confirmation as well as the strength based on the behavior it has shown till the recent ended week. From the positional perspective, it is clearly under the tone of negativity, and the bearish grip will be getting extended to hold the negativity as long as the Nifty trades below 24,079 as the 10th March low. We have clearly and advancedly predicted this point. It should not close below 10th March low, or it should close above 10th March high to get a clear direction. Where it is giving a break, the direction will be there. Like we have mentioned, just take a look on the chart for the Nifty, that it has closed immediately on the 11th March below the level of 10th March. After that, look the levels. The low was 21,079. After that, it has continuously fallen by respecting the behavior what we have predicted and provided you in advance to the things and are happening. Yes, almost 1,000 points correction happened on the Nifty side without taking a breath, by respecting the behavior outcome what we have been analyzed and expected to make the next trend like that was happened by the way of testing 23,100. That is what the important thing one can observe, one can realize based on behavioral analysis how the things and are being forecasted and provided for you all to make the decisions on your investment and trading well in advance, not just close to the things and are happening. We are giving the prediction. We are making this prediction at least a 1 week to 2 weeks time period. And most probably, even November, we have started mentioning about 24,700 means this has happened during the February. With the 3-month advancement, we have mentioning the things and all based on the forecast and analysis. We are doing based on behavior of every moment. So that is why we kept insisting, look out the outcomes we are providing based on this behavior research. If you are a follower keenly about the things and all what we are discussing on daily basis, weekly basis, through the way of alert providing. So in all the way, it would be based on, of course, a behavioral research. Coming back, and the sectors, what you can focus today means, of course, the primary would be, it is everybody's answer. Everybody knew this. Yes, oil and gas and energy. These sectors will be in the top by leading the market direction for the NIFTY, Sensex. And based on the sector-oriented stocks, based on the crude oil's price fluctuations and the over locked period for the supply concerns, these and all making the crude oil prices mounting up. So the oil producers will be anyhow getting an intermediate or interim benefit over the spikes in the crude oil prices. In case if it is so, Reliance Industries, ONGC, IOC kind of stocks can still be get focused. Anyhow, the OMCs will be in the trouble in terms of price action as well as in the business. That can be focused with the aim of selling or shorting the positions. Then it is defense. Immediately after this oil and gas and energy, this is in the almost near the same priority we can give for trading on the defense oriented, particularly on the long side. So this defense oriented stocks based on the ongoing escalated tensions between West Asia and US Israel regions. This defense procurement, defense order relating, in all the way the defense stocks are getting attracted in terms of demand suddenly risen by these geopolitical tensions. After that, this is automobile. Mostly the automobile stocks, because of this ongoing conditions in the geopolitical and political way and domestic growth wise, in all the manner, the auto stocks now are getting shattered because of the higher valuation or expensive valuation already the stocks had. And now it is continuing their negativity on the stock side because these reasons. Then it is a heavy-weighted one. Anyhow, that also will not be getting escaped from the market trend if it is clearly getting a direction. So it would be prudent for everyone to select stocks from every sector we have here provided, including this banking and finance as a heavy-weighted one. To make your intraday trade somewhat, you can get the fruitful gains. And of course, making long positions or long trade would not be a comfortable one, peaceful one for the traders, as long as the NIFTY trading below the level specified in this design. So from the stock front, the stock like Wadi Energies based on order win news, GMR Airports based on the project win, Data Patterns of course based on order win, JK Lakshmi Cement also, so capacity expansion, Dilip Buildcon based on order win, Adani Power. In all the way, all the stocks here mentioned are based on news. One can focus. If it is actually giving any immediate dip after opening higher, that can be utilized for building long. But that may be suitable only for the day traders with high risk appetite one. Keeping stop loss, of course, is must for all the transactions. Do not forget to do it if you are trading on day trading basis or positional trading basis. So that's it from today's pre-market discussion. We can see some queries fallen. Silver. See, because of the a non-directional trend is even impacted on the gold and silver. Why? Means the ongoing geopolitical tensions are getting nuances. They are arriving for ending the war, but it could not be happening. Even though one region is trying to do the same, other region is not accepting. So in all the way, this confused way of state is being there for the war-bound regions and all. Because of that, there is no settling in the crude oil prices. Because of that, the higher investment is going to the crude oil prices. On the back of these things and all, the gold, silver, investment-based attractions and import-based business and trade and commerce and all getting somewhat breathtaking, we can say, or otherwise getting a consolidation, we can say, but not in the way of exiting. It is, of course, a slow phase of investment is now going on, which may not be compared with the previous trend and all for the gold and silver, which may not be enough for making the gold and silver price up so that it is feeling the heat of selling even with the 1% of upside momentum. But anyhow, the downside also limited for the gold and silver, which means what? The trend will be in the range-bound manner, not in the clear negativity manner, even though it has been continuously falling for the recent 3 or 4 sessions. Because despite of these 4 sessions of fall happened on the silver and the gold, the comfortable support zones are just below to that point, even though it is currently correcting in the way of price actions. The support and demand zones are still somewhat light away from the current market prices. So even though it is getting some more extension in the price fall, there it can find the support, not breaking the support and falling again or extending the fall again. So it may be an opportunity for the long traders to build the long positions on the gold and silver, irrespective of the mode of asset. That means instrument. So one can utilize this correction in the prices to build the long on the gold and silver. You can accumulate it. For the Hindalco, because of the turnaround happen on the metal index, on the Friday, it has clearly fallen more than the expectation. It has did the fall. And with the news of Hindalco's already going on, the sector's weight also going to weigh on the Hindalco prices. It would be better to wait for accumulating or entering on the Hindalco share price. Along with the Nifty's prediction we have made, it would be prudent to co-join the recommendations based on the behavioral research we have done. And based on the confirmation, if you are getting from the Nifty side first, as long as the metal side, you can think of entering in the Hindalco, but not surely for current trend. If it is so, if you are seeing any price actions in the upside, means it may be utilized for reducing your existing positions, or otherwise keep a wait and watch formula for entering on the stock. The Nifty prediction is asked to repeat again. See, the Nifty currently trading comfortably below the level of supports we have mentioned, which is favor for the bearish kind of activities to be continued. So the 20, based on today's prediction, it should not break below 23,100. If it is doing so, 22,800 maybe get tested. May not be happening today itself, but the signal may be getting today itself. And if it is holding 23,100, nothing big will happen on the long side. The bounces may be expected. That bounces may be easily restricted towards 23,300 level if it is marching. In case if it breaks 23,300 only, you can think of entering in the clear long side for the target of 23,500. Anyhow, as long as it is trading below 24,700 as a first important behavior shift zone, along with the sub one of 23,740 that was recently broken and given confirmation. After that, it has corrected about 1,000 points by the way of getting confirmation below 23,740. So that is what the level we have provided. So you can, based on these levels given and strategies provided about the market. For safe traders, of course, it is not a road path or not a way you can drive your trading actions, because there will be a rough patches on every side of the road, and it would be prudent to wait and watch for getting a clarity on the trend or getting settled in the volatility. Otherwise, it would not be a favorable one for safe traders. The high risk appetite traders can enjoy utilizing the volatility on the either side. We can conclude today's session. We can meet again tomorrow. So until then, we wish everyone to have a successful trading day. Bye-bye.